With the advent of CDs, MP3s, and online streaming, one would expect vinyl records, a medium that's over 100 years old, to be dying out. But currently there's more vinyl being sold now per year than in the last 25 years. And strangely, online streaming might just be the culprit. So let's start with a brief history of the vinyl record, the phonograph cylinder. Before vinyl, this was the hot commercial medium for recording and reproducing sound. Some of you baby boomers watching might remember seeing these in your parents' or grandparents' house. These clunky cylinders were obviously not the easiest thing in the world to use and store, and the sound quality produced was far from ideal. These flaws made way for the introduction of the phonograph disc, more commonly known as the vinyl record. Vinyls were introduced in the 1880s, but wouldn't surpass the phonograph cylinders as a medium until the 1920s. Since then, vinyls dominated, even with the introduction of new formats like the compact cassette. Vinyl maintained its stronghold on the record industry up until the late 80s. It was then that tech giants Philips and Sony collaborated to create the compact disc, or CD, which quickly emerged as the recording medium of choice. Many attribute this rare collaboration between business rivals to the format's success. In unifying, they were able to create a recording format that was universally compatible, that otherwise would have existed in various forms. Think DVD versus Blu-ray, or VHS versus Beta. The result was a unified format that was really convenient, portable, and could store up to 20 songs. And for that reason, by 1988, CDs had surpassed vinyl sales. So with CDs and later MP3s dominating, where did the vinyl record stand? From the 90s to the noughties, records continued to be manufactured and sold, but on a much smaller scale, reserved mostly for DJs and niche markets of audiophiles. But something weird started to happen. People started buying records again, and not the older generation. Now teenagers were buying vinyl. Some are even selling them. So why are vinyls outselling CDs and generating more revenue than streaming? The first reason is simple. Vinyl makes for a more real experience. While streaming any song at a moment's notice straight from your phone is awesome and insanely convenient, it simply does not provide the same feeling you get from touching a vinyl, looking at the unique and often strange artwork on the cover, placing it on your record player and pressing play. There's a process to listening to vinyls, a ritual, and this ritual is entirely lost when clicking a few buttons on a screen to listen to your music. In a world where convenience has become king, a lot of people are starting to appreciate the charm and romanticism that came with the older way of doing things. Take, for example, this YouTube channel, Primitive Technology. Sure, there's something oddly satisfying about watching this guy play caveman, but I would never have guessed it would have garnered this many views. People are clearly itching to get back to their roots. And this brings me to the second reason for why vinyl is coming back. People are obsessed with nostalgia. A quick look at the number of reboot movies and TV shows coming out will provide this point. Vinyl really is the perfect medium for rediscovering the songs you grew up with, even if you actually didn't grow up with them. Younger generations are so desperately wanting to flash back to the past because the past is romantic, it's sexy, it's not the same. And because vinyl is old and different, it's attractive. But this alone can't account for the fact that half of all vinyl buyers today are under 25, which brings us to our final point. The younger demographics, which dominate streaming markets, are discovering tons of new and old music. And they're buying this music, but not in the form of MP3s or CDs, but vinyl. There's a tangible feeling that comes with vinyl that is impossible to quantify, but the numbers are clear. Vinyl is in again, and it's no longer a medium reserved for general audiophiles.